FactsVerse presents Man finds baby abandoned on side of highway. Then he discovered the items left with him. It's heartbreaking when a baby's parents don't want their child. What's even more heartbreaking is when a mother abandons her child, leaving them all alone. That's exactly what happened to a 5-month-old baby boy in Oklahoma. First, help us out. Click that like button and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Roger Prater is a youth pastor at Abba's House Worship Center Church of God in Ada. It was a once-a-year youth family day for the children in the parish. The group was traveling home from Frontier City when something strange occurred. Roger and his wife Nancy were on the bus with 12 children. They were driving along Interstate 40, and they saw a baby carrier on the side of the road. Roger looked at the baby carrier as he drove by, and he thought that he maybe saw some tiny feet moving in the carrier. He pulled over to the side of the road and backed up. He wasn't sure if his eyes were playing tricks on him, but he knew he had to stop and check just to be sure. When Roger got off the bus, he says he was praying that it was not a baby on the side of the road. It was a hot day, around 90 degrees. If it was a baby, he knew that it could have been very dangerous to a baby that young to be in that kind of heat. As he approached the carrier, he realized he was right. It really was a baby. The baby's eyes were closed, and at first Roger thought he might be dead. When he reached to grab the carrier, the baby's eyes opened. While that was happening, more and more cars were pulling over to see what was going on. He was thrilled to find out the baby did seem healthy. He looked the baby over. He didn't have any bruises or apparent injuries. He was well-dressed. So he handed the baby to his wife and called the police. When they arrived, they searched for the baby's carrier and they found a birth certificate and other important documents. There was also $5,500 in cash in the carrier. The police called the Oklahoma Department of Human Services and they took custody of the baby. Roger says he's sure that God was watching over the baby that day and he was sent to the baby for a reason. The Oklahoma City Police Department used the documents that were left with the baby to track down his mother in Texas, and when they found her, she was taken to the hospital for evaluation. They were sure something had to be wrong with this mother in order for her to leave her son on the side of the road like that, with his birth certificate and such a large amount of cash. The spokesperson from the police department made a statement that the mother had been located but there were no pending charges, and they would say more about the case later. When the story of the baby got out and it was reported on the news, the Oklahoma Department of Human Services got plenty of calls regarding the baby. Many of the people who called wanted to foster him or adopt him. Cherie Powell from the DHS told the local news that she couldn't comment on the baby's location, but they were directing families on how they could become foster parents. She says that if this one baby can get so many needy children a foster family, that would be great. The local news interviewed Roger to hear his side of the story, and he said, "I feel like God used our youth group to save someone's life on Saturday. Because we're here to fulfill a redemptive purpose, God stepped in. We thank God that members of our church were able to be involved in a positive way in this incident. We are further thankful that the baby involved is safe and has been identified along with his mother." Fortunately, this story did have a happy ending. Had the baby been on the side of the road any longer than that, in that extreme heat, he may not have been so lucky. It's a very good thing that Roger and his group came along when they did. Subscribe for more.